Shri Kapiladev Ji, among the perfected ones, I am the sage Kapila. At the beginning of creation, Lord Brahma produced many sons for the purpose of expanding the universe. Among these, there was also a Prajapati named Kardama. On the command of Brahma to produce offsprings, he performed penance on the banks of the Saraswati river for 10,000 years. After this, through Kriya Yoga in the form of penance, including meditation, self-study, and devotion to God, he began worshipping the Lord who is affectionate towards those who seek refuge. Pleased with his devotion, the Lord appeared to him. Sage Kardama felt blessed and fulfilled upon receiving the vision of the Lord, which is rare even for yogis, and after prostrating before him, began his praises. He prayed to the Lord to provide him with a wife of similar nature and one who would help him achieve the four goals of human life: dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. The Lord said, O Prajapati, Swayambhuva Manu, the son of Brahma, will come here day after tomorrow with his wife and will offer his daughter named Devahuti to you. Through her, you will obtain 9 daughters. Attracted by your love, I too shall manifest at your home as a son through my partial expansion, Kala, and shall compose the compendium of the Sankhya philosophy. Saying this, the Lord vanished. According to the Lord's words, on the 3rd day, Swayambhuga Manu reached Kardama's hermitage with his wife and daughter, and with great insistence and humility left after offering his daughter to the sage. Here, after the parents returned, Devahuti began serving her husband with extreme affection. Renouncing the desire for sense gratification and faults like deceit, malice, greed, forbidden conduct, and neglect, she satisfied her radiant husband with virtues such as purity and sense control. In due time, 9 daughters were born to them. Now knowing that his father Brahma's command was fulfilled, Sage Kardama began considering entering the life of renunciation, sannyasa. Knowing this thought of his, Devahuti spoke to him with folded hands. O Lord, if you wish to leave home and go to the forest for the welfare of your soul, then go. I do not wish to be an obstacle in your path. But I have one small prayer. You should only consider going after fulfilling it. It is that after you go to the forest, I need a Brahma knower, God-realized son to remove my grief. By producing only daughters, you have not been freed from the debt to your ancestors. Therefore, stay at home for a few more days and leave after a son is born. I have wasted my age until now being engrossed in worldly objects, but my wish is that the rest of my life be spent in the worship of the Lord. Not knowing you to be a knower of Brahman, I have so far desired only worldly pleasures from you. Now please help me obtain a son and assist me in getting free from this bond of the world. Hearing these words of hers, full of humility and detachment, the sage remembered the Lord's words. He said, O princess, do not worry in any way. Lord Jagadishwara himself will soon take an incarnation in your womb, and by instructing you in divine knowledge will sever the knot of ego in your heart. Devahuti, also placing full faith in the words of the Prajapati, began worshipping Lord Sri Hari with love. In time, Lord Madhusudana appeared from her womb, and there was the sound of victory in all 4 directions. At that time, Brahma along with sages like Marichi reached Sage Kardama's hermitage. They told Kardama Devahuti the glory of their son and said that the Supreme Being himself has descended at your home. Because his hair is golden brown like gold, he will be famous in the world by the name Kapila. He will be foremost among the perfected sages and will propagate the Sankhya philosophy. Saying this, Brahma departed to Satyaloka. After his departure, Sage Kardama praised Lord Kapiladev, who had descended as his son in many ways, and asked permission to accept the path of renunciation. The Lord said, O Prajapati, I have descended on earth at this time specifically to describe the elements like nature and spirit which help seekers of liberation in attaining self-knowledge. You are now free from all kinds of debts. Therefore, you can take renunciation, although attaining liberation for you even at home is not difficult. But keep remembering me constantly and offering all your actions to me for the sake of attaining salvation. Although this path of subtle self-knowledge has been going on from a very long time, yet due to the passage of much time, it has become almost lost. Therefore I have appeared on earth specifically to propagate it again. By seeing me, the self-illuminating Supreme Soul residing in the hearts of all beings, in your soul, situated in the body, you will be freed from grief and attain the bliss of liberation. I will speak to Mother Devahuti, the spiritual science, Adhyatma Vidya, that removes the desires of all types of past and present actions from the mind, by the influence of which this Devahuti will cross the fear of the world and attain the bliss of liberation. Hearing these words of Lord Kapiladev, Sage Kardama was extremely pleased and circumnavigating the Lord, went to the forest. Renouncing all attachments and following the vow of non-violence, he began wandering the earth. Through his intense bhakti yoga, fixing his mind on the feet of the indwelling Lord Vasudeva, he attained the divine state achieved by great devotees. The great sage Lord Kapiladev, after his father went to the forest, stayed in his father's hermitage for a few days with the desire to do what was pleasing to his mother. One day, remembering Brahma's statement, Devahuti began saying to her son, who was actually free from action but was the one showing the path of truth while sitting on a seat, "O Lord, I am extremely exhausted for the desire of worldly objects for the sake of satisfying these uncontrollable senses. O God, please remove this great delusion of mine. You are the protector of those who seek refuge and are like an axe in cutting down the worldly tree of the devotees." Hearing these words of the mother, Kapiladev was very pleased in his heart and smiling said, "O Mother, the mind alone is the cause of the bondage and liberation of this soul. There is no other besides the mind. When this mind is attached to worldly objects, it is the cause of bondage, and when it feels love for God, it becomes the cause of liberation. Similarly, the company of wicked people is a firm noose that binds the soul, and the company of saintly people is called the door of liberation in the scriptures. Therefore, O Mother, you should keep the company of saintly people only. From the association of saints, one gets to hear stories that give true knowledge of my power and provide happiness to the inner self, by hearing which faith, love and devotion towards the Lord are gradually generated. From that devotion, detachment towards worldly and otherworldly pleasures arises, and a person endowed with detachment becomes intent on the effort of self-realization and tries to subdue the mind through yoga, and by renouncing the enjoyment of worldly objects, attains me, the indwelling Supreme Soul of all, in this very body through knowledge increased by detachment, eightfold yoga and devotion. Thereafter, upon Devahuti's questioning, Lord Sri Krishna Kapiladev described the characteristics of devotion, and then describing substances according to the method of Sankhya philosophy, described liberation through the discrimination between nature and spirit. Following this, while explaining how the realization of the true form occurs through eightfold yoga, he told many types of bhakti yoga and simultaneously depicted the painful nature of the world. In context, he described the fate of lustful people, explained the importance of the human birth, and also explained that the human birth is obtained by a mixture of sin and merit. Hearing her son's instruction, the veil of Devahuti's ignorance was removed, and understanding his power, she began praising him as God. Lord Kapila was very pleased to hear her praise and spoke in a voice choked with affection. "O Mother, if you walk on this path told by me, you will very soon attain the excellent fruit in the form of liberation. O Mother, have faith in this discipline of mine which is worthy of being followed by the wise. By behaving in this manner, you will be freed from the world and attain my form which is free from birth and death. Men who do not know this view of mine fall repeatedly into the world which is of the nature of death." Saying this, the great sage Kapila Ji took leave of his mother and departed towards the northeast, Ishana direction. Devahuti, also concentrating her mind through the path of yoga told by her son, began spending time through meditation in her husband's hermitage and soon attained oneness with the Supreme, indwelling, eternally free and Brahman form Lord.